this, and a dashboard will come. This specific dashboard will come, which represent the identify and access management. Okay, identify and access management. Now let's go and let me just give you a definition for this. Okay, see, what does AWS mean? It means IAM role mean. But before that, I want to just give you one example. See, have you gone to any of the bank? Suppose this is a bank. Okay, like let us consider this bank is called HFDC Bank. Okay, now the bank is been categorized. The bank has been categorized into different sections. The bank is being categorized into different sections. Wait, I'll open a new one. Okay, now I have categorized into different section and we will name it. Okay, we will name that one. Let us consider this as normal. This is the service desk. This is the service desk. Okay. Now this is the cache area. Cache area. Okay. And this is the database area. Okay. Now suppose what will happen? What will happen? A user comes in. What happened? A user comes in. Okay. A user comes into the bank. Do you think the user will be allowed? Do you think the user will be allowed to go inside the bank without any permission? Do you think this user will be allowed to go to the bank without the permission or without having any authentication, authorization? Two term is very important over here. Okay, two term is very important over here, and those two terms are, like we can say, authentication and authorization. Just remember this word, authentication, and another one is authorization. Okay, now suppose this database is a sensitive area. Suppose let us consider this database as very sensitive area. Okay, sensitive area. Okay, and this cache area is, we can say it as a employee area. Now suppose this user comes in or this guy comes in and he is having a specific authentication to only go to this area. He has only a authentication to go to the cache area. but he do not have the authentication to go to the sensitive area. If he will go inside this sensitive area, then means the alarm will start. Okay, so what will happen? What will happen? The user cannot go to this zone. The user cannot go to the database system without any having permission. The user cannot go to the service desk system because he do not have the specific permission for the service desk, like a normal guy who is going to open one account. Okay, what he will do in this area, first of all he will go to the service area. Yes or no? He will go to the service area, and then once the account is created, then he will be permitted to go to the cache area. Okay, that means whenever we have any specific, whenever we have being a specific authentication, then only. Okay, someone is. This is the problem actually. If guys, please be on time from next day onwards because it is difficult for me to again come in and start doing things. Okay. Yeah. So what we have to do? So a user is having a specific authentication, then only he will be going to enter into this specific area. Okay. So just now, up to now, what you have learned, that a user can access a certain area or certain resource if he has the authentication and authorization. Okay, so I am deleting this, this is not much required, but I will try to explain this for a IT term. Okay, because this banking terminology is not means I'll not prefer, but let me make in IT term. Okay, suppose there are four zone of our company. Okay, this is a company which is PKT CloudInfra Private Limited. Okay, and some people have joined this company recently. Okay, now this company has different segments. Let us consider first segment. Let us consider it is a database. Let us consider it as a database. Let us consider this as the security zone where we can term some security terminology, storage specifically some S3 and all, and some Linux environment is there. Okay, some Linux environment is there. So what we have done, we are trying to, now suppose a user comes in. Okay, a user comes in. Now you people, suppose Jesse tried to join this our company first. Okay, he is the first member. He tried to join our company. Okay, now if he will join, if he is going to join, we have a onboarding process. Yes or no? You guys, everyone knows about the onboarding process somewhere, and some like
Yes. Yeah.
onboarding process is there. Okay, So first of all, Jesse will be allow means he will go through the onboarding process. First, he will go through the onboarding process. Then what is the next strategy? The next strategy is to give him the access. Okay. The guy who do have all access is called as root access. I don't know whether you are marked or not. Let me go for a AWS account. I will click this and I will sign into the console. Whenever I will try to sign in into the console, two terms is coming here. If you can see, one is root user, another is IAM user. One is root user, another is IAM user. Okay. The guy who is having root user permission, that means he has all sort of permission. He has all, suppose in this, in this environment, suppose let us consider me. Suppose I will place myself here. Okay. I will place myself here. Okay. And I have the root access. Root access means what? Root access means what? I will be able to go to the storage section. I will be able to go to the security zone. I will be able to go to the environment of Linux, and I will be able to go to the database of Linux. Okay. But if I will give a permission to Jesse for all environment, what are the demerit can happen? See, for example, Jesse went into some S3, this S3 bucket. Okay, don't just go for the terminology. Just think as if it is a storage as of now. Slowly, when we will move, you will understand what is S3 and all. When the user, if Jesse is having S3 permission, he has having every permission, and he goes to this S3, he go to this S3, and he checked in that and he deleted one file. He deleted one file. What will happen? What will happen? We cannot retrieve those data. Yes or no? We cannot retrieve those data. Okay. Just a second, guys, again. Okay. So we cannot retrieve those data. So what we should do, or what the IT industry used to follow, they used to give a specific authentication to each environment, because Jesse do not have awareness about S3. That's why he accidentally deleted that one. But he knows a lot of concept regarding the environment, Linux environment. So if I give the specific authentication and authorization for only the Linux environment, that is called as IAM. That is called as IAM. Did you understand the concept? Now, with this definition, you will get to know more. Now, see what you can give. It is a framework. It is a framework. Okay. Or a policy. It is a framework or a policy. And we can consider as a technology also. It is a framework or policy, or a policy. Sorry. It is a framework or a policy, and technology technologies for ensuring for ensuring that the proper people in an organization have the appropriate access appropriate access to certain resource, to certain resource. Is it clear? Don't worry, don't no need to write anything. I will provide you all documents. Okay. Now this is a user who is having a specific authentication and authorization to use a specific resource, and this entire process is called as IAM. Okay. Now under IAM, certain terminology is there. First term is called as users. First term is called as user. Second term is called as group. Second term is called as group. Third term is called as policy. And the last term is called as role. Okay. So we do have these four terms. We do have these four terms which we are utilizing in the IAM service. Okay. Now you will say me, what is this user? What is this user? See, adding Jesse into my environment, adding Jesse into my environment is the user or creation of a user. Okay. Now, giving the authentication or authorization to Jesse for Linux environment is called as assigning a policy. Is called as assigning a policy. Suppose this is Jesse, okay? This is Jesse. Now what I will do, I will just look into another user. I will create another user, okay? Another user is also there now. Another user comes in. And now he want to access to the storage. Okay, he want to access to the, or he is expert in this storage, so we will give a policy to him. Now you will say, what then? If we are giving the user, we are creating user and giving certain authentication and authorization to use any specific resource is called as policy, then what is the necessity of group? See, with you can understand now. Suppose I have created a policy for Linux environment. Okay. LE I am just representing. Okay. I have created a policy for Linux environment and I have added just here. Okay. But after some days, what I think that one other guy is required. One other guy is required. Okay. Because Jesse is not able to handle. So what will happen? We will consider a use for the new position and we will try to give him the Linux environment. So do you think again creating a user, again creating a policy, again assigning this resource to IUs is feasible? Don't you think it is a waste of time? Instead of that, what we can do, we will create a group. We will create a group for the Linux environment policy. We will create a group for Linux environment resource. We can say not policy, resource, where we will attach a policy for Linux environment. What is the benefit of this now? Now, if suppose IUs comes in, we just need to add the user into the group and automatically the IUs will be connected to the policy of Linux environment resource. Is it clear up to now? Do you have a rough idea right now that what this resource is doing, what this service is doing? I want answer from everyone.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Pawan, is it clear for you?
Yes. Clear, sir.
Great. Now see, now let's go. This is the theoretical part, okay? Which is we are done with. Now let's go to the IAM, means inside the policy. And if you can see, I am going as a root user as of now. I am going as a root user. Just remember these things. I am going accessing this account as a root user. I will sign in. I will sign in. And when I am assigning a root user means which kind of user? The root user is having all services accessible, or he has the authentication or authorization for utilizing all resource at a time. But AWS, Amazon Web Service, says that using a root account is not feasible. If you will see, AWS says root account is not safe to use. See what AWS is saying. We strongly recommend that you do not use the root user for your day-to-day task, even the administrative one. What does the AWS says? That we should not use the root user for our day-to-day activity. Why we are learning this? Because this is the stone, or this is the pillar we are this is the foundation we are creating today to go for the other resource to go learn. So what is happening? We should not use the root user or even for any sort of work. The best practice is to safeguard your root user credential and do not use them for everyday task. Root user credential are only used to perform a few account or service management tasks. So instead of that, you will say, then if I am not able to, if it is not recommended to use a root user, then what I will use? Then we should go for IAM user. Then we should go for IAM user. Okay. Now let me show you some beautiful concept. Now I will go to the first, because three things is there. Till now I have not said you about role. Don't worry about that. I will come into it slowly. See what is there. First I will create a user. Okay. First I will create a user. How to delete a user? This is the process to delete a user. Okay. So what is the first step? Go to this user, click on this user, then come to create user. Okay. And now I am giving a user called as Jesse. Okay. Now I will give provide user access to the AWS. I will tick this. Okay. Then I will say I want to create a IAM user. Click this. Then go for this auto generated password. Always, every time we are recommended to use this auto generated password. Okay. And you should click on these new terms or something like that. Okay. Now I have given. No, I will not allow this. I will just go in next. Okay. What I have done, I have created a user. In second thing, he is saying to create a group. He is saying to create a group. Now I will give a name group. Suppose I will give the name as database. Suppose I will give the name as database. Now I will give, now here he is giving me an option. Quick, okay, okay. Sign in option. Okay. Now, okay, I will give a permission of S3, for example, I'm saying. I will give a permission for X3. That means he can access a service which is called as S3. Okay. Now only I am giving access for this S3 Amazon object list. Okay. I am giving only S3 Amazon object list and I am creating a group. I am creating a user group. Okay. So user group is created. Now what I will do, Jesse is created and I will just click this one so that Jesse will be connected to a database group where the permission of S3 is available. Now I will go to next. You can give a tag and it is a better way of approaching it. If you give tag and all, then it is good. Okay. It is optional, whatever the thing to recognize. You can recognize, or as a manager can recognize, or a cloud architect, he should recognize that whatever I have created this user or certain group, this is for this key value, key and this value. Okay. Now you go for a create user. Okay. Now what I will do, I will download this .csv file. I have downloaded this .csv file and here there is a console URL is there. I will just click it and I will go to some other browser. I will go to some other browser. Okay. And I will paste it, enter. Now the sign in option will be totally different. See, the sign in option is totally different. Previously root user is coming. Now you are signing in as a IAM user. Now you are signing in as a IAM user. You can do like this, or if you will go to AWS console, sign into the console, and yes, that option will only come. So now what is the username? What is the username we have taken? Jesse is the username. So let's go to Jesse, paste it, and whatever the password is there, we will copy it and we will try to paste it and we will sign in. Got it. Now again that platform will come in, but now see the beauty of this. If I will able to go to this S3 because I have given a specific permission for S3, and if I will go to create bucket, and if I will write a bucket AWC something like this, and I will go for creating a bucket, I'll go for creating a bucket. I think, okay, we cannot do it with capital letter and it should be unique. Let me create a bucket. Now what is happening? What he is saying? Failed to create a bucket, why I failed to create a bucket? Because create bucket permission is required. I do not have the authorization. I do not have the authentication to utilize this specific resource. I do not have the permission to utilize this specific one. Are you getting my point? Is it clear to you up to now? But what will happen now next? See, if I will go here, okay, now I will go to IAM and I will go to the user, group user, database user we have created. Now what I will do, I will click on this database user and I will go to the permission, okay, and I will give a add permission request, and in this I will attach one permission, and that permission will be S3. Suppose S3 I have given S3. Now I am giving S3 full access. I am giving the policy of having S3 full access and I have added the permission. Okay. Now let's go here. Now let's go here. Make a refresh of this. Now I will give some name and I will create a bucket. And now see the beauty of these, that I able to create a bucket. I successfully created a bucket. Is it clear up to now? Do you have a rough idea now what you are trying to do in this IAM? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Now see
Yes.
again. Now see again. What I will do, I will create a user. I will create a user. Suppose I will give Zahir as user. Okay. Zahir as user. Again, I will do the same procedure. I want a create a IAM role, auto generated. Then untick this one. You can tick this one also, but new. You whenever you are trying, just go for this. What will happen? Just say me tomorrow. Okay. Now I will click on next. Now instead of creating any other group, what I will do, I will create a database like this and I will do next. I will create a user. Okay. Now download the CSV file for Zahir. And let me do one thing. Let me log out from this. I will log out from this. Now again, I will sign into the console. Now, what is this 12-digit ID? The 12-digit ID is this one. The 12-digit ID is this one. So you have to give this 12-digit ID so that, can anyone say why this 12-digit ID is important?
Is this a root user ID?
Yes, very good. Because that suggests he is the root. He is the guy who has created you. Every time, whenever you are doing, whenever you do have your own authentication, that means any identity card, it is mandatory to have your father name. Yes or no? Your father
Yeah.
is your face value. This like this same. If you are creating IAM role, similarly the account ID, who is the father itself, should be the
So here's one question, like in a technical, so the root ID should be the company ID, right? So
yes,
when we have a Azure platform over there, so AWS platform over there, so the
yeah,
root ID is the company ID, right?
Yes. Root ID is the, we can say the guy in the company, the guy who is having all sort of permission. Suppose I am the founder of certain company, I should keep all the permission with me, na? Yes or no? So
Yeah.
I have the root access. Now from me, I will, it is a hierarchical, like it we used to say from top to down hierarchy process. Okay. Like the guy who is having in the guy who is the CEO, he has authentication of everything to do in a podium. The guy who is having 1 year experience in that company, he do not have all sort of issues. He is specified to certain, he is tagged to certain specific limited resource.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yes.
Now I have created a Jahir, and now let me do. What is the policy we have given? We have given the policy of having X3 full access. So if I will go here, if I will go here, and if I will see, previously I can see the policy now. Whatever the policy is there, I can see those policy. Okay. But what I will do, I will just see. I will do one thing. I will go to user. I'll go to the user. I'll go to the database. And what I will do in permission, I will remove these two now. I will remove these two now. Okay. I will remove these two policy, and other policy what I will attach. I will attach only S3, S3 read only access I will give. Okay. S3 read only access I will give. Hmm? And if you will click on this now, you will get a JSON file. What you will get? A JSON file. This file is created by AWS itself. Don't worry, I will teach you how to write these things. What are the component, how you are going to write these things. I will help you out. Don't worry. So, but in this, what we can do, S3 get star. Star means all. S3 list star. Star means all. Okay. If I will do one thing, if I will delete, suppose, okay, let me copy this entire thing. Okay. Okay. As of now, okay, I have copied it. As of now, what I will do, I will say, okay. I will say, okay. S3 read only access I will give. Action we will attach to database. We will attach to database policy. Okay. Now we have attached. Now let's go here. Got it. If we will do a refresh, we will be able to see all this. Okay. But if I will go inside this, and if I will try to, if I will try to delete this, if I will try to delete this, okay. Okay. And if I'll try to delete, what he is saying, fail to delete because we do not have the permission of deleting. Okay. Now I want to show you one thing. Even I can create my own policy. Even I can create my own policy. That is called as custom policy. That is called as custom policy. How you will do? I will go here. Let me delete everything. And let me paste this one. Okay. And but here what I will do, I will not give the list. Okay. I will not give the list. Okay. And I will go next. I want to specify a new thing. Okay. So I will add tag. Tag name is no list. No list. My choice. Something optional to understand. And I will create a policy. And what should be a policy name? No list S3 policy. Now what I will do, I will create a policy. Valid character. Okay. No S3 list. Okay. Now if you will see, no S3 list is not a AWS managed. AWS managed means the AWS has written the JSON file. But S3 means this customer managed means we have created ourselves. Is it clear? Now what I will do, I will click this, I will create a policy. Okay, we will go to the policy. I will click this. I will go to the action. I will attach this. To whom I will attach? To I want to attach to database. And I will attach to database. Now, see previously, I was able to see the list here. Yes or no? Now let's see what will happen. Now see, you are not able to see the bucket. If you will go to the bucket also, okay, let me check again. Here the policy what we have done. Okay, here we have given S3 lambda. Okay, JSON file. We will edit. Okay, let's go to the policy. Let's click here. Let's edit the policy. And what I will do, I will delete this. I will delete this one and I will delete this one also. Okay. I'll just have these two and I will do next. Save changes. Okay. Now read full access is there. Now let's go. Let's go here and let's do a refresh. Okay, because I have attend gate also. That's why I think we are able to see. So what I will do, I will delete this also. Okay. I'll go next. I'll make save changes. I'll go here. I'll go to S3.
I think there's a syncing time as well, and
Maybe. Let us wait. Let us wait.
and if you just try with the private window, then should we?
It should not take this much time actually. List of bucket. Let me see. Let me create a bucket. Okay. So if I can create a bucket, no, it is not saying you cannot do. So it is well and feasible. But still the S3 bucket is list is coming. Okay, I will say you this why this list is coming. I think there is some mistake in our JSON file maybe. We are allowing S3. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me edit again. And let me delete this one also. Why it is coming, because in resource I have given star. In resource I have given star. Star means all. So read permission will be there. Read permission will be there. Okay. So I think we cannot do this. Okay, no worries. Okay, don't worry. But this is the way I will say you tomorrow. Don't worry. But this is the way of creating your own custom file. Okay. If you want to have your own file, own customer managed file, so you can do these things. And to delete these things, you can easily do like here, no S3 list and delete. So it will be deleted. Okay. So this is the total entire process of having what we are doing, what are the things we are doing and all. Okay. So tomorrow we will have two use cases on this. Okay. Tomorrow we will have two use cases on this. But what I require from you today, I want you guys to go through this entire video again and create some user, create some policy, create some roles, create some users, the groups. Okay. Now I have not say you about roles. What is role? Role actually, as you will go a little bit deeper into the concept, you will understand. Role actually connecting two services. Connecting two services. Suppose I want to connect this Linux environment to database environment. Okay. Linux environment to database environment. What I will do, I will create a role for this. I will create a role for this. Role is a replication. We can say role is a replica of user. Role is a replica of user, but it act as temporary basis. Temporary basis. Are you getting my point? It act as temporary basis. Let me, okay. Now see what I will do. Let me paste it here. Now temporary basis means what? Suppose this is a user, okay? This is a user, and this is the PKT CloudInfra company, and I have an on-premises database. What I have? On-premises database. On-premises database. Okay. I have a on-premises database. And now I have created a EC2 instance. I have created a EC2 instance for doing some testing and all. Okay. I have created a environment. EC2 instance means EC2 instance means it is an environment, ENV environment, which gives a flexibility to do the work and all. Okay. Now this is a on-premises database. This is the instance. Now I want to fetch some data. I want to fetch some data from the database to the EC2 instance. So what I will do? Because see, this is very important. This is very important. The on-premises database, every document is present over here. I cannot give a normal user all the credentials to go and access all this data. So what we used to do, we used to create a role. We used to create a role which act as a temporary user, which act as a temporary user. And once the use is been over, if it tries again to come in also, once the use is been over, and if it tries to come again, do you think it will allow? Here only it will restrict. He will not be allowed. Once the role is created and we have utilized it once, then we cannot utilize again and again, because role is acting like a temporary user. If you will describe these things in the interview panel will get satisfied with your answer. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
So what I will request you now, please go through the concept, okay, again, and whatever the document I will provide you within few hours, go through that document, okay, go through that document and learn the concept, do some practical hands-on things, so that while tomorrow we will do the practical oriented thing, the use cases, at that time you will not face any issue. Are you getting my point? At the time of use case tomorrow, you should understand the concept. You should not hesitate. You should not feel like that you are learning some new concept. No, you should not feel those kind of things. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone has having any doubt? Jahir, Mudassir, Jashi, Sai, Pooja, Vivek. Now it's crystal clear to everyone. If anyone asks you, okay, let me ask to Vivek, what is the necessity of using a user? What should be your answer? Vivek, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, what is the necessity of having a user?
Sir, user will be defined, you can say,
Anyone who can answer this question?
So the necessity of having a user is to do the job.
Exactly. There it is very basic. User is utilizing certain resource to fulfill his day-to-day requirement, his activity. If you are going into a company and how you will start doing work? If you are created a user and in latter stage you will be assigned some work, then only you can create the things. Now, Mudassir, can you just say me what is the requirement of a group?
If we want to accept limited access to different users, we create a group and adding all the users in that group.
Okay. See, we used to create group because we do not want to waste time on creating again and again the same thing. We have created a group. We have given attached a policy to that group. Because see, here in IT industry, no one is permanent in any company. Okay. So user will come, user will go. So you just need to attach the user over there, detach the user from there. So it brings up feasibility. It makes you well equipped and it makes you time saving also. Is it clear?
Yes.
So just make a habit. Okay. I'm informing everyone. Pooja, Sai, Vivek, Zahir, Saswat, everyone. Whatever you have learned today, just Google some of the interview question on based on this. Based on this, just Google something that what are the interview pattern, what are the interview questions can come from this. And create at least 10 questions each. I want from each and everyone. By tomorrow, every people must have 10 questions submitted in the group. I want it may be same, I don't care. But at least you should try, at least you should learn those things. Why I'm saying this before again I'm saying because when I will start the use case, I will just go blick over. Okay. Now you are expert in this service. You should feel a command on this that yes, I do know IAM. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's wrap it up here today. We will continue by tomorrow. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining the class.
Yeah,
Have a
thank
great
you.
bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.